Hi there, I'm Noelle Randall. Have you been looking for a way to start working or making money part-time? Maybe not even owning any property, but the money's coming in? Well, have I got a secret for you when it comes to making money with Airbnb? By the end of this video, you're going to be confident on how to make money with Airbnb. We are going to be diving in today, and I'm going to be sharing with you why Airbnb is now my go-to thing, why I am hooked, why I'm making bigger profits, why I have better properties, and how I am sharing this with you all so you can do the same thing. In this video, I'm going to tell you what you need to do. So we're going to go through. 1, how you can get on Airbnb, how you can learn their system. I'm going to tell you how to learn their system, the tips, the tricks, the tools to use their system and when. We're going to talk about how you decide if this is the business for you. What are the pros? What are the cons? We're going to talk about how to take your business to the next level with great reviews and things like that. I'm going to give you some great tips on how to do it and exactly why you would want to and how to do it. We're going to talk about how to grow your business faster than anyone else and in any other way that you possibly could in real estate. And then lastly, we're going to talk about how you scale, baby scale, how you can get lots of properties for the cheap and make a lot of money doing it. So when it comes to making money with Airbnb, the first thing that you need to do is learn their system, learn the platform. And again, this is super easy to do. I have tons of content on this teaching you all about the platform, but I'm going to give you some really cool tips and tricks right now on how to learn their platform and what you should do before you ever even list the property. So knowing the Airbnb platform is so important to people. So many people will list the property up there and they don't even know how Airbnb works. And it's easy, so take the time to learn it. The first thing that you want to know about Airbnb is that it is a platform. They do not care what properties people book. They want the best experience for the people that are booking. Right now, Airbnb has so many people looking to book properties that people with properties can't even keep up. So they are actively looking for entrepreneurs like yourself and like me that have properties that want to list and want to make money on Airbnb. But at the same time, their biggest concern is that user experience. It's that guest. So the guest that comes and books your property, did they have a good time? Did they enjoy themselves? Was the property clean, comfortable, and safe? That's what you need to convey in your listing and with the experiences that you give to people. So know that that is the #1 priority. And so when you first list your property on Airbnb, it is going to be key that those first reviews are 5-star. Those first reviews are killer for your business. You need 3 reviews before you ever really start ranking on the Airbnb platform. So the key to it is get those 3 bookings and get those 3 5-star reviews as soon as you can. And the way that you do that is by asking. Ask your guests for that 5-star review. And I don't mean do it in a cheesy way. Give them a 5-star experience. Tell them you're going to give them a 5-star experience and then ask for a 5-star review. Pretty simple, right? I'll give you some wording, some detail on that, but just know that's the gist of it. You want to give a great experience to the guest so that the guests have a great time, give a great review, and then Airbnb rewards you by showing your property to more people, and then you can increase your prices. The second really important thing when it comes to making money on Airbnb is deciding to make it a business. You need to decide if this is something that you're doing, 1 or 2 properties, or if this is something that you want to make a business. Because that decision really affects how you do everything, and it'll affect all of the things that you have for your business. For example, the welcome book. The welcome book is a book that you put together for your guests when they come to your property, letting them know how things work, what your rules are, what the Wi-Fi code is, things like that. I'll make an entire video on it. Actually, I have for you that tells you what should be in your welcome book. But just know that it's all about making it a business. In fact, I'm in an Airbnb right now. And so one of the things that I'm telling you is about the welcome book. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. This is one here, and it just kind of outlines, like I said, some of the things about the property, where to find things, what the Wi-Fi code is, and how to reach the host or the co-host. And we'll talk about that because the guest needs to be able to contact someone should they need anything. And this is super important for your business. So when you do this as a business, you'll treat it as such, and you'll make sure that you have the amenities and things in place that your guest is looking for. I always suggest that you do things as a business because there are so many benefits that come along with doing things as a business, and you get those tax benefits, you get the notoriety, you can have credibility to your guests, things that you can tell them that sets you apart from other people, and it really just takes you up to that next level. Reviews, reviews, reviews. The next thing that is so important when it comes to making money on Airbnb are those 5-star reviews. You will not be successful on Airbnb or any platform that deals with short-term rentals and guest experiences. You won't even really be a successful landlord with a bunch of bad reviews, but I can tell you in the Airbnb world, this is key. One, because like I said earlier, Airbnb rewards you for giving great experiences to their guests. That is who drives their platform. They want more guests. Yes, they need us with the properties and they need us hosts, but they really need millions and millions of guests because that's what drives the business. So for you, the new host, and to make money with Airbnb, you really got to focus on those 5-star reviews. And to do that, you need to communicate to your guests that you want a 5-star review. Let them know as soon as they book your listing, I can't wait to have you in my property. You're gonna enjoy a 5-star experience. Please let me know if you need anything. That's like the first message. The second message, when they arrive, I'm so glad you checked in. Hopefully everything is great and you are enjoying your 5-star stay. You know, when they leave, I've given you a great review. Hopefully you can give me a 5-star review. If you can't, please let me know in advance. Again, keep asking for what you want. I ask for 5-star reviews, I get 5-star reviews. You don't ask, you don't get them. The next thing that you need to know when it comes to making money on Airbnb, like I said, if you treat it like a business, then you can literally borrow money in your business's name and scale your business. This is something that not a lot of people know, understand, or really talk about, so I'm gonna give you some really cool tips. If you can, get your business license. So important. Get an LLC or a corp or whatever you decide. I'm not, an attorney or anything like that. I'm not going to guide you on that, but know that you want to register your business legally. Then once you start hosting on Airbnb, all of those profits, all of the money from the bookings, put them in your business checking account. After about 3 months of doing this, literally you're going to get offers in your business's name to borrow money, and you can use that money in your business's name to purchase things for your properties, to get more properties, to hire people, whatever you may need to do. In other words, this is what you're going to do to scale, baby, scale. And this is how I have students that go from 2 to 10 properties in a matter of months, because they start off small, because we all do. Then we show that we have some success, and now we have all of these people wanting to loan your new business, your startup, money, and then you can just scale that business, scale it. You can get more properties. On average with Airbnb, you're making $1,000, $2,000 per property. So the more properties you have, the more money your business has. Now again, you don't want to go too fast or too crazy with this, but know that you can grow this business really quickly and start making a lot of money really quickly if you treat it as a business. And so now we're going to talk about the last few hidden ways to make money on Airbnb. So of course, you have the nightly rates. You charge for a property $100, $200 a night, whatever the property gives you. So this one here is this is a really nice one. A lot of beds, this one that I'm in here, very well decorated, but very simple, commands probably about $200 per night. You do the math to that. Now, that's just the nightly rate. We have other fees that we can charge. We can charge cleaning fees. If you allow pets, which I do non-refundable pet deposits, extra guests. When other people, for example, this property, it sleeps 19, but it's not $200 a night for 19 people. Anything over 5 or 6 people, you can charge $10, $20, $30 per person. You get to decide. It's your business. And Airbnb opens that right up for you, okay? It makes it easy to send a request for payment and get that money directly to you. Super easy. So giving you a great example on how I kill and make a ton of money with Airbnb. So giving you a quick story on how I make a ton of money with Airbnb and some of these extras. Like I said, in most of my Airbnbs, not all, I have really nice flooring, but I don't do a lot of carpeting. For example, an Airbnb like this one has laminate floors, which are perfect for a dog. They're not gonna scratch it up, they're not gonna really mess it up. It's not real wood, okay? So what I do is I charge $250 for pets, non-refundable. They must pay that pet deposit prior to them arriving. It's due 5 days before their check-in. So in other words, I got my money before they ever came. 2, most people that literally will pay for their pet usually are a pet lover. They're usually a dog lover. And those are the people that I love. If you love your dog, so do I. I'm not really looking for dog owners. You'll get the difference in what I'm saying in a second. I'm looking for dog lovers. People that are willing to pay to have their pet come with them on vacation. There's some people that are not willing to do that. Totally okay. I probably don't want their pet in my property anyway. But those that are willing to put a non-refundable deposit, they want their pet to come, they pay those fees gladly, and that's all my money, okay? No, and again, it's $250 for up to 2 dogs is what I allow. I only allow dogs. I don't allow cats. We'll go into some more detail about that maybe in another video, but I'm telling you, I make a ton of extra money just with pet fees. And here's the key. If they have a dog, they probably needed to board the dog while they were on vacation. So that costs money. So they're really not that opposed to paying those non-refundable pet deposits. I do get a couple of people that ask me if they can get their money back if the dog doesn't do anything. My answer is no. Again, you can create your own answer. It's your business to run as you please. I suggest keeping the money because it is an added, benefit, and not all Airbnbs allow them to bring their dog. So that's just one of the ways that I rack up, get extra money, plus the nightly fees, plus the cleaning fees, plus the extra guests, plus the pet deposits. Man, I could go on and on. So the possibilities are endless. All you need to do is think of what some of the needs are of your guests and charge for their solutions. Hopefully that answers all of the questions that you have in regards to making money with Airbnb. I've listed out all of the steps, and I'm going to continue making these videos so that you have full information on how to get started, how to make money. Please take this opportunity to go ahead and subscribe to my channel. If you like the content, please go ahead and like this video, hit the little notification bell so you get those notifications and you don't miss a thing. I'll see you next time.